Since 2000, the American College of Clinical Pharmacy, which is our clinical governing organization, has called for pharmacists to have their critical skills, their critical thinking skills developed. And unfortunately, the development of this in the classroom is somewhat elusive. And even as recent as last year, the World Economic Forum has said that critical thinking skills are among the top skills for potential employees, yet few companies invest in such training. And so critical thinking is described as a reasonable or reflective thinking that helps one decide what to believe or do, and is characterized by key aspects of questioning assumptions, seeking divergent views, and unbiased inquiry. And many of us would be familiar with the attributes of critical thinking, which include interpretation, which is the understanding of information, analysis, which is piecing together information to make an intended meaning, evaluation, which is making a credible judgment from information, inference, which is the use of incomplete information to make an intended meaning, explanation, which is the articulation of information to others, and lastly, self-regulation, which is understanding how information makes us feel. Developing these type of skills in the classroom is hard, but there are some data that suggests ways of doing so. One of which ways is consider creating a thoughtful learning environment. A thoughtful learning environment includes starting with problems, putting students into real-life working groups, using what are called vertical surfaces so students can see others' work, prioritize questioning and individual consolidation practice after the fact. Other aspects of this include modeling critical thinking, feedback and scaffolding, building upon the skills that are recognized, and lastly, prompting to challenge assumptions. And so what we tended to do, or what we sought out to do in our class, was to develop a course that was geared just towards developing critical thinking. And so in our media class, we had students watch a TV show or video or movie clip of some kind of portrayal of critical illness. They then were assigned into individual groups, and through those groups analyzed by comparing and contrasting what the media's portrayal of critical illness was with that of a textbook. We then had one group present their case each week to the entire class, and that was surrounded by discussion from a content expert in the field of that critical illness. This led towards prioritizing questioning and prompting and allowing us to build and scaffold on critical thinking. And then lastly, at the end of each week, students would pose remaining questions and reflect on Blackboard. And then this was met with additional prompting and scaffolding and feedback from faculty exactly what they thought and how students were doing. So thus far, we have made some strides in our progress towards critical thinking. Evaluations have been great. Students feel like they're growing in this area, but we have more yet to come. Thank you.